Hello again, Thompson Lyons. Before we get started with this video, please make sure you have your handy dandy notebook ready to take notes. I'm going to show you all about Google Classroom. So you will start at this page, which is your ClassLink portal. Go ahead and sign in with your information. All right, so once you're logged in, you're going to go ahead and click on your math class since this is math class. So go ahead and click on math. And it's going to open you up to the stream. Now, so let me just go through this really quick. First of all, the name of the weekly agendas, they're abbreviated. SW2 means 6 weeks 2. W1 means week 1. So it says 6 weeks 2, week 1 agenda. That's its title, okay? Everything that is in the to-do list area, so all of this stuff, it needs to be for every single day. So Monday's to-do list needs to be written down. Tuesday's to-do list needs to be written down per day. I would also make sure that I write down, highlight something. Anytime that something is bold and that particular assignment is going to be a grade that will go into Skyward, it will count towards your report cards, okay? I know it's kind of confusing because not everything in Google Classroom gets graded in Skyward, but right here is where we tell you what is super important to focus on because that's going to be in Skyward, okay? All right, enough of that. Your math classroom is going to be organized from now on. Okay, it's a little bit different, so pay attention. Don't forget, there's a quiz coming. You're gonna have Zoom tutorials. So each teacher has a Zoom tutorial. If you're a virtual kid, this is super important. You need to click on it. You need to make sure you know your teacher's Zoom link and the time they're available for virtual tutorials. Okay. There's a copy of schedule for you guys in case you ever need it. Formula chart, which we haven't used yet, but we will be using soon. Class schedule, there is a link to the YouTube, our GAT Math YouTube playlist, okay? Now, as you scroll down, you'll see it hasn't been updated yet. I'm gonna blame the weather, okay? So it'll always say this week and then the date of this week. And that's gonna be what you're working on that week. Once the week is over, it will not be there anymore, okay? Um, certain items will close. They will not be open for submissions. And if you need them, this is gonna be on our quiz. If you need a specific assignment reopened because you missed it, or it was late, or you need to redo it, you have to email your teacher so we can either reopen it or send you an alternate assignment, okay, to get rid of that 0. They'll always be able to be viewable. So if you scroll down to where it says first 6 weeks will not be regraded, this is all the stuff we did the first 6 weeks. You're always more than welcome to go back and watch the videos and look at the notes and practice and all that stuff. This just means that us as teachers, we will not be going back to anything in that category to regrade, to look at you resubmitted, to look like that's no more teacher interaction for that section, okay? We're going to focus on this week and this week only. Once the week ends, it'll be moved to a different section that'll, for example, now it's going to say second 6 weeks will not be regraded. So if you miss something, you can always make up missing and bad grades. Okay, so please email us and we'll send you something or we'll reopen it for you. But you guys got to communicate with us, okay? Okay, so this is your assignment. Here are your instructions. Y'all been doing this. I'm not going to read your instructions to you. However, if this was a graded assignment, so for example, it was a quiz or it was practice that I was grading specifically, and it was said it was going to be graded in your weekly agenda, that means nothing. Okay, that does not mean you've earned credit. It does not mean that you've completed it. It does not mean anything. All it does is send me a notification that says, hey, I finished this, but every single time that you do that on something that's graded, I go in to your stuff and I open it up and it shows me what you wrote. So if you just click turn in, but you didn't really do anything, do we think we're going to get a good grade on that? Now it's very clever. So all those little red missing go away when you click the turn in button, but we see what you actually do. And if it's blank, there is no credit. Okay. So once you turn in something, if it's graded, we will return it to you, but that does not mean you need to resubmit it unless we have a note that says, hey, this is blank, or hey, this isn't your best work. Try it again, please. Okay? Using ups from now on as a way to help us track attendance. Okay? So if especially if you're a virtual student, you must. You absolutely must. Please do the warm up every day. If you do nothing else, do that warm up so you will be marked present for the day. I've had a few students concerned about emails. We're going to talk about emails next. Probably 100 emails a day because you're getting notifications from Google Classroom when your teachers post something, when they grade something, when they return something, when somebody comments on something, when they comment back. You're getting notifications about everything. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to turn off your notifications. You do not have to do this. This is just my personal preference. This is my advice to you. Okay, so what you're going to do is first, you're going to click on we call it a hamburger, but it's like the menu button. So click on the little menu button in the top left-hand corner, click, and your little toolbar will pop up. Scroll to the bottom where it says settings. You're going to click on settings. And bam, right here. Okay. And if I were you, I would actually make sure my screen looked just like this. So I would leave on my notifications, turn off all the comment notifications. I would probably turn off the work one just because I know you're super studious and you're going to check your Google Classroom every day anyways. I would just maybe leave on the due date reminders and the invitations in case you ever get invited to a new classroom because you switch schedule or something like that. Okay, so that's that for Google Classroom. I hope that this has given you some clarity on some stuff that was a little confusing the first 6 weeks. I hope that it's going to be a lot more easy now. And I hope that you took notes because you're going to have a super easy quiz in a little bit. There are 2 more videos left. So once you're done with this, rewinding, pausing, and taking notes, whatever, go to the next video.